You apply for an apartment on a Thursday afternoon. You fill out the form online. Name, income, employment. You hit submit. You wait. The rejection comes in 11 minutes. No explanation, no phone call, just a single line. Application not approved at this time. You stare at it. You applied to 3 more that week. 2 rejections, 1 never responded. You don't know it yet, but none of this is about the apartment. It's about a number. A number you were never taught in school. A number nobody explained to you. A number that has been quietly deciding what your life looks like since you turned 18. This is your life at every credit score. Level 1. 480. The invisible wall. You are 22. Your score is 480. You don't know that yet because you've never checked. You just know things don't work. The apartment said no. The car dealership said the rate would be 24%. The credit card offer in the mail said pre-approved, but when you applied, the answer was no. You think it's bad luck. It isn't bad luck. It's the number. A 480 doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means the system has assigned you a risk category, and everything in that category costs more, rents more, charges more, refuses more. You call your mother. You tell her you can't get an apartment. She says maybe try a different area. She doesn't know about the number either. You end up in a place that doesn't run credit. $950 a month. Cash only. The landlord texts you the address after you send a deposit through Venmo. The hallway smells like someone else's dinner. You sign nothing, which means you're protected by nothing. At 480, the market doesn't see you as a customer. The market sees you as a liability. And liabilities don't get options. They get whatever's left. Level 2. 520. You exist. Barely. You are 24. The number moved. Not because you did anything smart, because time passed and the one collection account aged off. You can get a secured credit card now, the kind where you hand them $300 and they lend it back to you. You read the terms. 27% APR, $35 annual fee, $0 rewards. You take it anyway, because you understand something now that you didn't at 22. The card isn't for spending. The card is for being seen. You use it for gas. You pay it off every month. You never carry a balance. You do this for 11 months without missing once. Nobody congratulates you. The system doesn't send a letter. There is no moment where someone says, "Well done." The number just moves, quietly, without ceremony. Your coworker Tyler buys a new phone on financing. 18 months, same as cash. He tells you at lunch. He says the monthly payment is basically nothing. You say nothing back. You know what 27% does to basically nothing over 18 months. You keep paying your $300 card with your own money, so a bank will eventually trust you with their money. The system is strange. You are learning to play it anyway. Level 3. 580. The first yes. You are 26. 580 feels like a different world. It isn't, but it feels that way. A real credit card. Unsecured. $500 limit. 22% interest. The design is plain. No metal, no rewards. Just a card with your name on it that you didn't have to fund yourself. You hold it for a moment longer than necessary. A car dealership approves you. The rate is 17%. You know that's high. You take it because you need the car, and because on-time payments on an installment loan will do something to the number that the credit card alone cannot. You are not buying a car. You are buying a data point. Your sister calls that Sunday. She just got a new apartment. Downtown, rooftop. She says the application took 10 minutes, and they approved her same day. You ask her score. She doesn't know. She's never checked. You don't say anything. You sit with that for a moment. She has never thought about the number because the number has never stopped her. That is what privilege looks like from the inside. Not cruelty, not awareness, just the absence of walls you never had to see. You hang up. You make your car payment. You go to bed. The number is moving. Slowly. But it's moving.
Level 4, 640, the middle. You are 28. 640 is where most Americans live. Not bad enough to be refused everything, not good enough to be offered anything worth having. The apartment approves you. The rate on the car refinance drops to 9%. A credit card arrives with a $2,000 limit and 1% cashback. You feel normal, which is the trap. 640 feels like arrival because everything technically works. The cards go through, the applications come back approved, the system stops saying no. But the cost of 640 is invisible. You finance a couch, 0% for 12 months. You miss the payoff date by 19 days. The deferred interest kicks in. $340 added to the balance overnight. The 0% was never free. It was waiting. Your friend Marcus buys the same car as you. Same year, same trim. His rate is 4.9%. Yours is 9%. On a $20,000 loan over 5 years, that difference cost you $2,600. You didn't know that when you signed. Nobody told you. At 640, the system works. It just works against you, slowly enough that you don't notice. You are not being punished. You are being charged. The bill comes quietly, monthly, for years. Level 5, 700, the shift. You are 30. The day your score crosses 700, nothing happens. No notification, no reward. The app just shows a different number when you check on a Tuesday morning before work. But the world starts to behave differently. A mortgage pre-approval arrives unsolicited. A balance transfer offer at 0% for 21 months. A premium card with real rewards. No annual fee for the first year. The rate on your next car is 5.4%. You call your insurance company to ask about bundling. The agent runs your credit. She comes back with a number $340 lower than your current annual premium. You didn't change insurance companies. You didn't change your driving record. The number changed, and the price changed with it. You sit at your kitchen table and you do the math for the first time. The difference between your life at 520 and your life at 700 is not just access. It is price. Everything costs less. The loan, the insurance, the deposit on the apartment, the interest on the card. 700 is not rich. 700 is not even close to rich. But 700 means the system stops taxing you for being a risk. You think about the $300 secured card, the 11 months of gas purchases, the car you bought, not because you needed it, but because you needed the data point. You were not building credit. You were buying your way out of a tax most people don't know they're paying. Level 6, 750. The name on the envelope changes. You are 32. The mail looks different now. Not the offers you used to get, the ones with the asterisks, the ones where the rate was listed in small print 3 pages in. These are different. Sapphire, platinum, your name in a heavier font. A card arrives with a $15,000 limit, lounge access, travel credits, concierge line. You call the number on the back to activate it. Someone answers on the second ring. The mortgage rate your broker quotes you is 6.1%. Your coworker David applied the same week. His score is 680. His rate is 7.3%. On a $350,000 home over 30 years, that 1.2% difference is $96,000. David does not know this. He will spend the next 30 years paying $96,000 more for the same house on the same street because of a number neither of you were taught in school. You know it. You say nothing. There is nothing to say. At 750, you are not wealthy,
But the infrastructure of your financial life costs less to operate than 90% of the people around you. The number is not a reward. The number is a discount. And the discount compounds quietly for the rest of your life.
Level 7, 800. The other side. You are 35. The applications stop being applications. They become formalities. The bank calls you, not to collect, not to offer something, to ask what you need. The rate on your refinanced mortgage drops to 5.6%. The card limit increases to $32,000 without a request. The insurance premium drops again. You rent a car at the airport. You hand them the card. The agent looks at the screen. She upgrades you without being asked. She doesn't explain why. You don't ask. A friend calls. He needs a cosigner on a loan. He says it will take 10 minutes. He says it won't affect anything. He says he just needs someone the bank trusts. You pause. You have spent 13 years building a number that took 13 years to build. A cosign is a liability. If he misses one payment, the number moves. If he defaults, your number moves with him. You tell him you can't. He goes quiet. He says he understands. He doesn't call the following Sunday like he usually does. You sit with that. At 800, the number protects you, but protection has a price. And sometimes the price is a Sunday phone call that doesn't come. Level 8, 850. The ceiling. You are 38. Perfect score. The highest the model goes. You check it on a Monday morning with your coffee. You look at it the way you look at a weather forecast. Useful, not emotional. The rate you're offered is the same rate the bank offers its best customers. Not because they like you, because the data says you are as close to a guaranteed return as a human being can be. You apply for a mortgage on an investment property. Approved in 48 hours. The rate is lower than your primary residence was 6 years ago. A neighbor mentions he's been denied twice for a home equity line. He's frustrated. He works hard. He makes more than you did at 28. You don't tell him about the number. You don't know how. How do you explain that the system was scoring him before he knew there was a game? That the late payment on a medical bill at 23 is still sitting in a file somewhere deciding what his rate is at 40? You pour him a coffee. You listen. That evening, you sit at the window. The same window you sat at when the apartment rejected you in 11 minutes. You think about the $950 cash-only apartment, the Venmo deposit, the hallway that smelled like someone else's dinner. You think about the 11 months of gas purchases on a card you funded yourself. You think about every rate, every rejection, every number that moved without ceremony. 850 is not the end of anything. 850 is just what it looks like when the system finally stops charging you for being human. Somewhere, right now, someone is getting a rejection email. 11 minutes after they applied. They think it's the apartment. It isn't the apartment. They think it's bad luck. It isn't bad luck. It's a number they were never taught. A score nobody explained. A system that was running before they knew they were in it. The number isn't destiny. It moves. Slowly, without ceremony, without anyone clapping. But it moves. The question isn't what your number is today. The question is whether you know it.